we're ready. Welcome back.
Welcome, jammers, to part 2.
Part 2?
Yeah.
Are we going to call it a part 2?
I think so. Well,
Okay.
it's endo and exercise part 2.
Yep.
This time it's Jess's journey due to popular demand and requests from some clients, some clinicians.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, I'll take it.
So I think they're interested in you, Jess,
Oh, okay.
which does make sense.
Does it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, given your lived experience, how passionate you are advocating for
that's
endo
true.
and exercise especially.
Yeah, that is true.
So
I
I
love
think
it.
it makes sense.
Love
Yeah.
it.
You excited?
I am excited.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I want to say thanks to those that have requested this episode, but then also a special thanks to you, Jess, for being open and willing to share your experience, because it can be a tough thing to do, but it's also, I think, very empowering for people to hear someone's lived experience, especially when it comes with, I guess, the clout you have being a physio and then someone that's very active in, I guess, soccer and like at a professional level. Semi-professional level.
Yeah.
Engaging in exercise yourself. And then I think a lot of the content you've been putting online as well lately, like sharing your journey, and I think more of a fresh take on things endo is pretty, is inspiring and exciting. So,
Oh, thank you. Yeah, no, I love it. It's good. And I feel like it's a space that's not as well dived into by a lot of people too. So it's good.
Yeah.
I love it.
So I guess my first question, because this is like an
This is like
interview.
unofficial Q&A.
Yeah.
Am I the first guest?
Yeah. Jess's journey featuring Jess, who's also co-host Jess.
Love it. Okay. Guest Jess.
So, yeah, again, very appreciative to be able to ask you some questions today.
No
I was
worries.
wondering how it feels to talk about something that's pretty personal on the podcast. Like, we've talked about different topics and like exercise guidelines and hot takes and myth busting, but this is more about you and your story.
Yeah.
How does that feel?
Fine. I think I'm pretty open about it with like most people. And I think I want to bring more awareness to it and like honesty and truth behind the real experience that people go through. So yeah, I'm very happy to. And I'm a bit of a yapper anyway, like when I talk about it. So I'm very happy. Yeah.
Well, that's good.
I don't mind it at all. But yeah, it's interesting in a podcast form.
Yeah. I guess it's different just talking to one another. Like,
yeah. And I feel like if you talk to me in person about it, I'll be a little bit more like ranty.
Yeah.
But like, same thing. I'll probably rant a little.
Yeah.
Also, it's all good.
We welcome the rants.
Yeah.
So I think maybe a good place to start is probably like, I guess, the initial stage of when maybe you felt, whether it's first symptoms or you knew something wasn't quite right. Or So I guess this would be like your diagnosis journey.
Yeah.
When did you first notice things, and what was that experience like?
Yeah. So it was probably 14. I think I did the post on my Instagram that kind of had a short version of my diagnosis story. And 14 was probably the time I was like, something's just off, like something just doesn't feel well. I was taking days off school and like I was either going to soccer training and like passing out and vomiting when I was pushing myself really hard, which I think came back to multiple things eventually, but endo was one of the things. And yeah, just like really heavy like bleeding and like extreme to the point that I was like, this is like surely I didn't think any other like other friends of mine or people I knew were like bleeding as heavy as what I was, and I was like, this is crazy. Like my mum was a little bit unsure of it too, and she's like, oh, it can't be that heavy, and I was like, nah, it's like TMI for people, but like I was like, it's like it's heavy, like changing the sheets every couple of nights is not ideal, and then taking all this time off. So I think that was the kicker, to be like, something's wrong, but I don't know what. But again, I think it got somewhat dismissed as well, where there wasn't a lot of talk about endo or just women's health, pelvic health, I think back then. So I think it just got played off as like, oh, everyone goes through it, it's just like period pain. So that was really the first part, like with symptoms.
And like the missing school part, like what was that due to? Like what specific symptoms? Was it the bleeding? Was it
bleeding was a big part. Like, I was just really self-conscious, I think, to go to school. Like, I was worried that, like, I would potentially, like, bleed through at school.
Yeah.
So that was a stressor, I think, more so.
Yeah, for sure.
And then I was also just consistently nauseous. I was, like, buckled over, like, cramped, like, fetal position nearly, like, at my desk.
Yeah.
And then the amount I've presented to, like, the school nurse and stuff was just like, I need to lay down and, like, I need to have something, like, something just doesn't feel right. But same thing, got played off as period pain.
Okay.
And then it was just like, oh, take a rest as you... Like, I had really good school nurses. They were just like, take a rest and then we'll sign you back and when you're ready to go. But, yeah, I think that was probably the biggest stuff, was, like, severe, like, abdominal pain, the nausea, well, at school at least. And then, like, the fear of the heavy bleedings was the biggest part. And that was probably why I took school off more. Yeah. But it played into everything, right? Like, soccer, I started to miss as well.
Yeah.
Like, training sessions I'd start to miss. Holidays, like, my parents are, like, pretty big, like, campers, and we were out caravan parks and stuff. And, like, the amount of times they would go on a bike ride and then go swimming or surfing, and then I'd be in the caravan, like, all day, just, like, fetal position. And they're like, oh, okay, that's not good. Like, sad you're not coming with us, but if you're that sore, like, fair enough.
Yeah.
But it just, again, got completely, like, missed. And, like, that they did the best they could. I think they understood it to what it was. But it wasn't until, like, I kind of got diagnosed, they were like, oh, shit, like, we really pushed you through your childhood. But, yeah, it was wild.
Yeah.
Symptoms were crazy.
Because it's tough. Because it, like, sounds like if it's whether we use the word dismiss, like, for it's a bad period or something like that, it's almost like then in line with, like, invisible illness, and that's tough then for, like, I think people to wrap their head around, because I suppose when someone's injured or sort, like, you see them, maybe they got a cast on, or they've got a crutches or something, like, this is something very internal to you. And
it's interesting too, though, like, I feel like what was I going to say? I'm losing it. You keep going. I'm sure it'll come back. I guess I can see how it's, like, super multifactorial, and it wasn't like, this just was like, I didn't want to go to school. It's like, if it's impacting your activities where it's like, you're a kid, like, you're 14. Yeah. It's affecting your sport that you love to do. Mm-hmm. It's not just like, I just don't want to go to school. But then holidays as well, like, that's really tough, like, going through that. Yeah. When they're, like, times that it should be, like, fun and exciting and being a kid. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like, puberty and those body changes are enough, and I think, like, especially for women, like, there's a lot of changes that happen. Yeah, I think that's what I was going to say, actually. It was more that it's, like, the stigma at that point as well. I think we're a little bit better now at talking about either women's health, or it's received a little bit better with, like, by men, where you can talk about your period to some degree, or, like, talk about your cycles. Like, ew, that's gross. And it's like, ew, don't talk about it. Yeah. Like, that's gross. I don't want to know. Isn't it? So it's like, it was the same thing though with the doctors. Yeah. It's like, I think it was just come across like, oh no, we don't. That's women's business. We don't need to talk. Like, we don't need to talk about that. My dad didn't talk about it until, like, last year, the year before. Yeah. Before he was really open about it. Yeah. But yeah, like you said, I think it's a weird. It was a bad time, because you had to be, like, I was so conscious about what I was doing. My life ran on a clock, essentially. Like, I was counting down every 4 weeks. I was like, okay. So a lot of those early symptoms were really cyclic. Cycle. Yeah. So usually I had a really bad first, I'd say 1 or 2 days when it first started. Like, the first day was always terrible, like, fetal position in bed, pretty much no function. Mm-hmm. Second day was, I can go out, but I'm not enjoying it. Like, I'm not feeling it. And I was constantly changing positions, running to the bathroom every 30 minutes. Yeah. Like, changing pads every 30 minutes. Like, that's really conscious. Yeah. So it was interesting. And I say was because it's better. It's significantly better now. Yeah. Still dealing, but significantly better. We'll move towards that, but it does sound like super limiting. Like,
because that then it's social interactions, it's exercise, it's even confidence and self-esteem. Like that's every like determinant of health that's impacted.
Yeah.
And then especially at a time where even like medical professionals are treating it as taboo, it's like it'd feel very, I guess, disempowering, and you would feel like, oh well.
Yeah. What do you do?
Yeah. So
yeah.
So then obviously like you've now been diagnosed, but like how long did that take? So you were 14 at the time when you first noticed something wasn't right, and then what
kind of was the process?
Yeah.
So 14, I had first doctor's appointment for it. Got, again, dismissed as bad, because I also don't think that I think dismissed is a bad word. I think it was more just wasn't as known. I think like the condition wasn't as known, but same thing. Got kind of played off. Oh, try some Panadol. Try the Panadol Nurofen combo, and then see how you go. Or what was the other thing they threw out at me? Like, try to guess when you're meant to get your cycle and take Nurofen 48 hours before. Right. And that's what I kind of dealt with for the first like couple of years. Yeah. So still the same though, no change. And then
so very pain orientated.
Very pain orientated.
As opposed to anything else. Like as in So that was
and then it was more just try and find a comfortable position, use a heat pack.
Okay.
Take a heat pack to school, and I was like, I'm not going to do that, but yeah.
Yeah.
So 14, and then I'm going to get this up because I feel like I missed scans and things. Where am I? I think it was 16, I want to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2016. They wanted to do an internal scan, and then I think at the time I was just a little bit off it. Like I wasn't super comfortable with the idea of having an internal scan. They kind of waved the like wand, and they were like, "Oh, this is what it would be," and I was like, "No, thank you."
Yeah. Oh.
So
how would you describe like I guess what that means? Like I'm aware of what.
Okay, like an internal ultrasound. Yeah. So usually,
I guess we kind of have the idea what an ultrasound is. It's like, oh, maybe you've had it like on a like shoulder or like a muscle that's sore, or for pregnancy we know like, oh, it goes over the belly, but this isn't an external ultrasound. This is
internal. So similar thing. They will generally do, in my experience at least, an external. So they will try and have a look at like your bladder and see what they can see from the outside. So very classic gel, little probe, bzzz, see what they can see. And then the internal is a very long stick, essentially. And then they will pretty much just insert that and then move it around to get an image from like the inside, which is super uncomfortable. It's
a lot more invasive than an
very
external.
Invasive.
Rub some jelly on and then have a look on the screen.
Little buzz.
And I was never a 16-year-old female, but I can't imagine that's something that is like, like a quick and easy choice, or like just let's go do that. I'm sure that's like
it was interesting because they had done the external and they were like, oh, your anatomy looks a little bit funny as well. And I was like, okay, that's a bizarre comment to make, but don't worry about it till like, if you don't want the internal, that's okay. They were pretty okay with me not getting the internal at that point. But they were like, your symptoms are probably going to still persist unless we know. And then I was like, don't want this thing. But then they were like, oh, when you get to an age where you want to start having children, or you're thinking about children, then you need to have a look at the rest of the anatomy. So I've got a couple of things going on, but endo's one of them. But from a structural perspective as well, they were like, oh, it's looking a bit funny. So definitely recommend an internal. But like, you don't have to.
So it's 16, and then even like sort of discussing things about having children. Like that's so full.
I know. My mum was there, and I just remember looking at her, and she was like, it's up to you. And then I remember sitting in the car, and I was like, that was bizarre. Or like, that was, I don't know if I use that word, but I was like, that was crazy. Like, what do you reckon? Are they saying I can't have kids, or something's like stopping me? Like, I was just full reflection, spiral mode. And she was like, I don't know. Like, I guess you're going to have to either get the internal or wait until you're at an age, or you do more testing and things. So That was bizarre.
So tough. I was like 16, like just worried about like what FIFA player I get in.
Honestly,
my pack. And then
I was also worried about that.
Yeah. So that, it's full on, and thinking that far ahead too, and I mean, you're a kid, so that's challenging. Yeah.
So that was 16.
Yeah.
And then I think I cruised for a few years, just taking a training session off. Pretty much, I went through the same cycle of like pretty much not doing anything, feeling like it was dismissed as period pain, and then that was my belief too.
Did you feel like it was dismissed at the time?
I think it was dismissed. I felt dismissed at the time because I was like, surely it can't be this bad.
Because you can maybe comparing to your peers or
I was like, fuck it. This person's not throwing up. This person's not worried about missing school. This person's not missing training. And there was even conversations around like, so clearly I was at training, and there was a manager who came along, and she's like, God, can you believe this person's missed training because of their period? And like, because the girl called in sick, one of the other girls called in sick, and she was like, oh, I won't be there. I've got my period. My cramps are really bad. Blah, blah, blah. And then the manager started like kind of gossiping about like who would miss training. And I was like, I would.
Yeah. No
other girls said that they would.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, okay. Like that was a little bit more eye-opening to a degree as well. And I was like, why is like it's only 2 people out of like a squad of 20.
And this was like all women?
All women,
yeah. See, that's tough too.
Yeah,
because I think sometimes is it just dismissed like, some physician's a bloke and they don't get women's stuff. But that's tough.
No, women don't
socially.
get it either. Yeah, absolutely.
And again, I guess like listening to that, it's like everyone just has different experience, and whether it's a painful complaint or a health condition or something that someone doesn't have experience of, and if they're not that way, like just compassionate, that's like really harsh. And it doesn't make you feel welcomed or considered or...
No, it also just messes with your beliefs, right? Like I think that kind of got me to a point by probably like 17, 18 where I felt so crazy. Like I was just like, I'm just clearly not my pain. I didn't know anything about it. I'm like, my pain tolerance is so low that I can't deal with like a normal cycle. Like I can't deal with a cycle.
Yeah.
Other women can. They're pushing through their like cramps and that type of thing. And I'm like, these women are superheroes. Like that's crazy because I feel so inadequate from I can't even function, but I knew no better. It was like the people around me were telling me it was just cramps, and like my family was telling me it was just cramps, or like, oh, the nausea, like you're not tolerating it, or maybe you've eaten something funny. Like it was always put back on something else, and that's not their fault. But I think then I just started believing it myself then, and I was like, well, I can't do anything about it, so I stopped advocating for myself by that point. And I think I stopped for ages, to be fair. I knew it was bad.
So what age was this? After 16?
This was after 16.
So after being offered the like internal ultrasound. Yeah,
it was a bit cooked because I think I had some scans done in between as well, but again it was all external and no internal ones. They didn't think it was necessary at that point. And then they had other things like iron deficiency and stuff to start working on. They're like, oh, you're just dumping too much blood through your cycle, so this is why you're dizzy, this is why you're fatigued. So I was getting a lot of those symptoms then. And then I knew it was worsening because I was getting through like half a day and then I was crashing. Or like I was pretty much nauseous from the moment I woke up. I was dizzy as soon as I woke up. Like it was just like all these extra symptoms.
Around the time of like the cycle? Like at that...
No,
or was this becoming
changing.
more...
So it started changing. I got still on the cycle. The first day I started bleeding, it was abdominal pain, nausea. I was passing out now at that point. And then... there's probably some other stuff. Like I had some IBS stuff going on as well, but again, that was also linked after. So that was probably on my first day, just crippled over in bed. That's the picture. Running to and from the toilet. And then throughout the month, I started getting fatigued. And then I knew I was getting wound up. If I was stressing, I was like getting bowel symptoms, and my bowels were getting all out of whack. And nothing could change it. I was dizzy throughout the month. There was heaps of stuff that played into it. And I was like, this is just bizarre now. Like now I just feel like I'm unwell for some reason. And then it was just put back to your load's too much. Like you play a lot of soccer. Like there was so many things that could have covered up on onto it. You're working, you're doing this, you're at uni, you're still playing football. So it was like a bunch of things that I was just like, the period pain is the least of my problems. But looking back, it's like that was probably what it was. It was the whole mix of everything.
Huge contributor.
Yeah.
So then I suppose, so leading towards then getting a diagnosis.
Yes.
So then did that change much for you?
Getting the diagnosis?
Yeah.
Yeah, heaps.
Yeah.
It really did. I had been, so from 2022 then, I got an internal, and then it was suspected endo, and they were like, your clinical, like your presentation, it fits it. Mm-hmm. You need to have an internal done for it, but we know the internal's not super accurate at that stage as well. Yep. So they were like, it's suspected endo, let's treat it like endo, and then if you get to the point where you need a surgery to formally classify it, then we can do that.
Yep.
So yeah, it's from 2022, it started being called endo, and I was a little bit more like, okay, they're saying something's up. So there's a little bit more validation around like why I feel the way I feel. But I don't think that was the turning point either. I think the turning point was last year. So I only officially got diagnosed by the book end of last year after my surgery. Mm-hmm. So I had that laparoscopic surgery that we talked about in the last episode. And after that, even before that, I saw a gynecologist, and she was so validating and just being like, this is terrible. Like, your journey sounds awful, and it sounds like it could have been managed a lot earlier. Mm-hmm. You shouldn't have to take work off. And by that point, last year was shocking. Like, I thought I was losing my job over how much time I was taking off, but it was like 4 or 5 days in a row through my cycle, through my bleed. And it was every month, and it just got like progressively worse. And then I had a friend who was like, I know a good GP. Go see this GP, she'll advocate for you and she'll understand. And I did. She was amazing, sent me to a good gynae. She did the same thing, was like, let's just get you in for surgery because that seems like the next step, but we need to like stop you from bleeding is probably the biggest part. So had the surgery, got it officially diagnosed, and then they put the Mirena in to stop me from dumping so much blood each month, which was helpful, I think. And then since then, it was just like, okay, I can start calling it what it is. I feel like I'm allowed to feel what... And I'm really weird with that because I don't feel like I need like, it goes against everything I kind of like preach.
Maybe in terms of against what you're preaching, like a musculoskeletal setting. Mm-hmm. Whereas I think when it's a chronic illness, which this would be classified as long-term, lifelong, I think there's a lot of validation to that. Yeah. And sometimes too, though, like diagnosing a muscle condition can be validating depending on the circumstance. But
for sure.
It just sounds like for so long, it's been dismissed, and then maybe when you finally get to say, it's this condition, and now there's more awareness. And it was just more than what there was. But. Yeah,
but it was the treatment around it too. Like, I think as soon as I got like the official diagnosis, I just got treated better. Like, which is so shit. Like, to be fair. Like,
so all that's changed really is now there's a label on it.
Yeah.
And you felt like your treatment trajectory.
My treatment changed heaps. It was like, we need to actually make sure we're tracking your symptoms. We need to make sure you're like, coming back in, we're assessing whether this thing is working or it's actually causing more harm than good. Yeah. And I was like, oh, okay. And like, nope, like this is your journey. This is going to be with you for a while. This is like that, how it got pitched. So it was like, we need to make sure you're not back to where you were, because that was terrible. Like that whole 2024 from like, I would even say like a year before that, like the past 2 years, like 2023, 2024 were the worst. And I was like, I cannot do that. And I think that's what tipped me over as well. The friend getting me a good GP down here when I moved. But it was crazy. But the only thing that changed was the label. So, but then
subsequent treatment.
Yeah. It was just like.
So do you think that without that it just wouldn't have you wouldn't have then, like, even the marina to control the dumping? Like, would that just not have happened, do you think?
No, I don't think so. It came from we're going to go in, have a look.
Yeah.
And then if that's what it is, we're still going to probably pop the marina in.
Okay.
And then I was like, cool, I'm happy with that. If you think stopping the bleeding is going to help with... The idea was stopping the bleeding would stop my pain.
Yeah. Okay.
And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
At that point, I was willing to give anything a go, though, to be fair. So I was like, yep, sure. And then what happens if I get side effects that I'm not liking, that so many women get on the marina?
Mm-hmm.
And then she was like, we'll just take it out. It's like, if you're not happy with it, we'll take it out and we'll reassess.
It's like such a really shared decision-making process at that point.
It was.
It just took a long time.
Yeah, it took a long time.
So how many years? So 14 was first...
14 and I was 24, so 10, yeah.
Far out, yeah.
Yeah, and I was getting symptoms before, but I think 14 was like the biggest point when I started investigating it. But 10 years.
I feel like too, like you sharing like that it was like sort of, and I know you said in the last podcast, it's not, for everyone, it's not always cycle related necessarily, like pain or certain symptoms, but just to anticipate, oh shit, like it's this time again, like that would be really...
It's crazy.
Shit. I mean, even just,
Yeah. And I feel like I was meeting people who also have the condition as well.
Yeah.
I feel like I don't want to say lucky, but I do think there was part of me that I was really happy that mine was somewhat linked to my cycle, because I could anticipate a day that was shit.
Okay, yeah.
Whereas I know women who don't know.
Yeah.
And I get the random days that I'm like, oh, I'm super fatigued, I'm in a lot of pain, and it's not related to my cycle. But they're so rare now that it's more based on my cycle. Based on my bleed, I should say. Mm-hmm. And that's probably 80% of it. And then only 20% is like, I wake up and it's shit. Or like I'm going through my day and I randomly hit a point and it just flips my day. But I like, at least from a bleeding perspective, I could track it to some degree. I'm like, okay, I know in 4 weeks' time I'm going to be crappy. Let's not book a holiday. That's how I was basing my working life. So
I feel like there's pros and cons to both sides.
Absolutely. Yeah. So no, crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy diagnosis journey.
Full on.
Crazy long. Yeah. And that's the quick version.
The fast track.
The fast track version.
I feel like you've got the fast tracked version on your Instagram too.
I do, the very fast tracked version.
No, I think you've covered your whole diagnosis journey really well.
Okay.
And outlined a lot, and like I just think it's a tough journey. It does suck, and I mean, I think sometimes you feel like, oh, you're not meant to say things are shit or it sucks, but I don't know, how else do you validate? Sometimes it does just suck.
Oh, absolutely.
But we're here now, and it sounded like you had a good, almost the Avengers type team put together
Honestly,
to support you.
That's what it felt like last year. Yeah, it was good. Yeah, I think that was the best thing that came out of like moving down here. Was like, that was the last thing I expected to change. It was like I was coming down for football, I was coming down for work, and just to like be in a new place. And then I was like, damn, like there's people here who actually do want to help me. That's crazy. So no, it was good.
So I suppose like the next sort of things to discuss, I think it's like tying in your relationship of exercise with endo. So
yes,
I suppose like pre-diagnosis and pre-sort of, I guess, more symptom control and treatment. Obviously, when you were 14, you were playing soccer and like exercising and that sort of thing, but then you sort of explained this trajectory where things were getting more unmanageable and symptoms were worsening. How did your relationship with exercise go and shift? And then since then too, how's it shifted in a different way after treatment and diagnosis?
It was terrible. I think my best, I think I'm touching on it more again, but it was more avoid anything. Like on the bad days, I avoided everything. I just slept through the day. Like took meds, had heat packs, burnt the heck out of my stomach, just so I felt that over anything else. And then it was avoid movement altogether. And then it was more so through the physio course, to be fair. Like they were pretty much like, oh, movement's good for everything, and that's why I started questioning it, and I was like, okay, maybe. And then started working, and I knew I had to do some form of exercise at work, and I just got really lucky that I think I said it last week, but I don't enjoy Pilates. Don't think it's bad, but I just don't enjoy Pilates. But I got thrown into running Pilates classes twice a week, and I was like, are you kidding? Like, I'm not good at Pilates. What are you talking about? But that was helpful because I was forced to go to work. It's like I felt at that time and that job, that specific job that I was in, I didn't feel like I could take work off for this stuff without risking employment, probably more so. So I forced myself to go on shit days, and I got through maybe half the day. But the first thing I had on the day was a Pilates class. So it's like I got in, it was mat Pilates, I was laying down and I was moving, and I was like, I feel really shit, I don't want to be here. I'm not listening to any of these people talking to me because I'm like focused more on what I'm feeling. And then the more I went through the class, I was like, this doesn't feel terrible. Like, I actually feel okay. Yeah. And then it flicked something that I was like, oh, maybe I should actually just be doing something, or like trying to do something and pushing through to some degree. If I can tolerate it. Yeah. And that's what it was at the time. And I did that for maybe 6 months, but it only really helped for an hour or two. Yeah. But that was enough. Like, that was enough for me to get through like half a day's worth of work.
Changed symptoms for you.
Yeah. It changed the severity. So it went from being really sharp, and I didn't really lose the nausea, but it went from being really sharp abdominal pain to manageable abdominal pain. Like, knew it was there, but it wasn't making me curl. So that was helpful, but that kind of flicked a switch where I was like, oh, pre-diagnosis me was like, oh, movement's interesting. Pilates was interesting. Yeah. And then I'd try and walk in the afternoons, or there's some days I just got really bored and I was flared and I was like, I just need fresh air, and I'd walk and it just got a little bit more manageable. Other days it didn't. So I kind of had this really weird relationship with exercise, but I would never go to training. That was my one thing. It was like I never went to football because the pants were white, firstly. The intensity I was worried about. I was worried about passing out and getting dizzy because I was passing out just by chatting to someone in the clinic room.
And was this during when it was that phase in your cycle, or was this
this was
always?
This was on and off.
Okay.
Yeah. So this was mostly linked to my bleed still, but still random days through the month.
So had you stopped soccer at any point, or
no?
But you stopped training, or
I stopped training. It was sporadic. I stopped training on the days that I felt really bad. Like, I had nighttime sessions, so that was helpful. Was just like, if I woke up and I felt ill, I would just message my coach and be like, I'm not there tonight, I'm working late. So I changed my excuse, or like, oh, I'm unwell this week. But it was mostly only linked to this because I love it. Like, I'd be there if I wanted. I'd be, you know what I'm like. I feel like I leave here and I'm like straight there. That was really it. After diagnosis though, I felt like my symptoms became a bit more manageable, or like I felt like I could read up more on it as well. Like, I think I researched it more because I knew that's what was happening. I think I got a lot better information from people. I think I understood a little bit more of like how exercise could potentially help, and I took that on board from that diagnosis. And then it was just trial and error for like 6 months. It was like, what makes me feel good? What makes me feel shit? And then, does that change randomly? Yes. So like, just make sure you have a toolbox of things where it's like, okay, you could try this on a day. Mm-hmm. You don't like these movements when you're really bad. If you need to be at home, you're at home, then that's okay. Yeah. Start telling people what it is and like accept it. I think was it. And like, that was super helpful because the stress was off me. Yeah. And then, I think it was more the research and reading up on it though that was like my big thing, where I'm like, okay, there's not a lot, but like what there is, I'll try it and see how I go. I'll keep doing what I enjoy. Soccer's still on and off though. Like, I think the intensity really gets me, and with the dizziness. And it's
high demand. Like, it's a lot of training, and then it is high intensity. Yeah. Impacts unpredictable.
Yes. Yeah. And anything like running as well, I'm usually like, nah, not on the day. It just, it feels funny. It feels uncomfortable. Yeah. I'm thinking about it a lot more, and I don't think that's helpful when it's meant to be something that you're feeling good through. Yeah. So it's usually like a lighter gym session, and that's okay.
Yeah.
I'm not doing my max lift, I'm just getting in and doing something.
So that's on the days where the symptoms are
I feel average. Yeah. But yeah, I think my relationship with exercise is a lot better now.
Yeah.
I think I know there's stuff I can do, but if there's days that I can't do anything, that's fine. Like, I'm very happy with taking a day.
Yeah, for sure.
And then it's like, if it's that bad that I'm feeling like I can't get out of bed or I can't do anything, I'll try to go for a walk. If it doesn't work, that's fine. Go back home to bed.
Yeah.
So
where initially did the avoid activity? Because you never avoided soccer. You didn't train when you felt like you couldn't, but you didn't quit that. But
no.
What sort of sparked the avoid other activities?
I think I just linked it all together. Like any form of movement I linked together. It was just like, if I'm feeling bad with football, it's movement generally. Like if I can't do the one thing I love to do and my mentality is locked into that, then why would I do things I don't enjoy
why
as
waste
much?
that on that?
Yeah.
So was that the main drive for the soccer?
I think so. And
was
then
that was like part of you, and some things are just like worth it.
Yeah, and other things weren't. Like at that point in time, I was kind of like, I do the strength training because I have to.
Yeah.
I do the conditioning stuff because I have to for that sport.
Yeah.
And then at that level, and then it was like, if I'm not doing that, I didn't really feel like I wanted to go and do that while I felt so shitty at the same time. I was like, well, I'm just going to do something I like or something that I know makes me feel good, and that's just going to sleep. I was like, I know that'll just take it away and I'll wake up and I will generally feel somewhat better. Yeah.
And then I guess recapping to then more recently, like after physio degree, doing the having that experience with Pilates, where that seemed to have some sort of therapeutic effect.
Yeah.
Bizarre. Then you've built like your tools not rules type approach. It sounded like
I love it.
That's where that stemmed, and you had, like you said, your toolbox of different things you could try and implement as well. That I guess there's like, if you chose to sleep versus maybe do exercise, and the exercise might give you some symptom relief. Yeah. Plus, then you've moved your body, and there's other health benefits to that. Like, I think that's really cool to have.
Yeah, and it makes you feel
toolkit.
Like you can take control of it to some degree as well. Like, I feel like if I just consistently rested every time I had a flare, I still feel like I'd be controlled by the condition. Yep. Whereas, like, I think my outlook was like, okay, regardless of what I do, I'm winning if I go and do something for me. So it's like, if I go to the gym and I do one squat, I'm better than me at home doing absolutely nothing, where I feel ruled over by the condition. Some days I'll choose the rest and I'm like, that's fine. Yeah. That's just what it is with, like, I think chronic illness. But I'm like, if I can do at least something, if I can get up, go downstairs, throw my toy to my dog, and I'm like, that's better than being in bed all day.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. Yeah, it's power back to you, like you're in control. And I guess
absolutely
it's similar to, like, not just other symptom relief could be like you take meds, but it's like that's like something passive, like being done like to you. Whereas the exercise is like you're doing something for you. I could see how that's pretty
it's empowering and for
powerful
sure.
to be in control.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think for so long I felt like I wasn't. And I had tried a lot of those, like, passive or, like, pharmacological interventions where it was like, I'll try the Panadol, Nurofen. And don't get me wrong, like, flare, I'll pop a Panadol for sure.
Yeah.
But that was, like, my sole treatment. I was lucky enough that I worked in my, like, first clinic job with a women's health specialist. And she would be like, we can do some, like, hip flexor release and, like, soft tissue work. Yeah. Honestly, life-changing. Like, and I think it was purely because I was so tensed up because of it.
So, like, protect by pain type thing. But even, I guess, moving less would make you stiffer and sore. And,
absolutely. Fetal position when I'm sore consistently. Like, it just made sense. And I think, again, it was someone caring and going, that's kind of shitty that you're going through that. Let me help. And that's, at the time, was like, that's enough to at least get it to a manageable point. Yeah. So I did that for a little bit, but then I still felt like it was ruling me and I wasn't doing anything about it. Yeah. So that's probably it. Does that answer it?
Yeah, for sure.
To some degree.
Yeah. I think the last sort of section of, I guess, your endo and exercise crossover would be like, if, you were talking to clinicians, like listening, it's like, what would you want them to know about like endo and exercise?
Yeah.
Because I just think like there'd be a lot of clinicians that aren't aware just as much as the general population isn't.
Yeah.
But yeah, what would you want, whether it's a physio or an EP or an osteo that's having someone with endo walk in and they're like, shit, I don't really know.
Yeah.
What would you want the clinician to know?
I would want the clinician to know, I think I touched on it last episode, that it's unpredictable and there's no timeline. It's very individual to the person in front of you. So just listening and validating that is like 10 times better than any exercise you could give them. Yeah. Honestly, okay. I think that's probably the biggest thing. It's like listen to them, understand how it affects their life.
Yeah.
And understand the unpredictability and the symptoms that are attached to it. And that's like fatigue, everything we kind of listed last week. But the fatigue stuff is massive for me personally. And like your mental health side, it's like there's stresses.
I think even how you touched on like the bleed. Like that's... And then, white shorts for soccer. Like,
oh, crazy.
There's social things too, and like,
social
there's factors why,
crazy.
I guess you wouldn't want to go, out in the gym or feel comfortable
for sure.
too. Or...
But even like, there's ladies I talk to, like, in the gym, just in a gym setting, right? It's like, they won't even, like, they won't go to the gym. They know it makes them feel good. Some of them know that movement is good, which is great. Like, I love that for them. Jump on the bike, do whatever. But, like, they won't go because they're stressed of how many times they have to go to and from the toilet.
Yeah.
It's like you get a little bit of a bleed and then like, oh shit, like I need to go. Or like every 5 minutes they're running back and forth from the toilet. I'm like,
that's stressful.
That's more of a social problem than it is like a physical, I'm in pain, or like the exercise isn't working. Like that type of thing. It's really social.
Yeah.
And I think that's probably the biggest thing that stops people. And they don't have a good team. They don't have people who understand it. They don't have friends who fully understand and support them. So I think that's really hard as well. But, yeah, crazy. But from the clinicians, I think it was just understanding the predictability.
So even less about exercise, more in that initial session.
I think from a exercise perspective though, I think it's more like nervous system regulation. So something that like helps calm that like spark down. Movements, modify their movements to what they feel. Like, who cares? Honestly, I'm in the mindset of like, who actually cares what they're doing? It's like, if they want to squat but their squat is sore when they front squat instead of back squat, get them back squatting. Like, it doesn't matter. Take the weights off, like modify the movement to fit what they're feeling as best you can. But that's probably from the exercise point.
Fair.
And we're the ones who should be educating on dosage. Take the load back. It doesn't matter. Consistency is better than like one really heavy session that makes you feel like shit, and then it's bad for you. Like, you hate the idea of coming in and doing exercise. So
especially if I guess physical activity adherence and participation's low in sort of that people living with endo, then just having a good experience is important. And if you try and box in a program, it wouldn't.
Feeling supported, having people who understand what's going on, having clinicians who understand what's going on, so helpful. Like, I think that's the biggest thing. It's like, you'll get your exercise done if you feel supported. You'll get your program done. You'll turn up if you feel like you have the support and you can be honest with the people who are around you. So
I've got 2 more questions I'd like to ask.
I feel like this is going to be our longest.
People want to hear your journey.
That's okay.
It's one that's worth going for a while, I think.
I'm down. That's fine.
And I've done the least amount of yapping ever, so it's nice to hear you actually.
Oh, that's true. That's going to be our feedback.
It was nice not hearing Sam talk as much. I don't mind if that's your
secret
feedback.
Word. Sam, shh.
Can be the zip emoji. Sam, zip.
Oh, that's good as.
Your mouth.
Yeah, that's good.
I think you'll like this question. It's pretty good. If you could talk to pre-diagnosis Jess, what would you tell her?
Advocate for yourself sooner. Go and, like, be pushy. I think be pushy. Not make the people around you understand, but talk to the people around you and tell them how you feel exactly, and then they'll realize that it's not normal. I think it's the biggest thing. It's like, oh, it's not, doesn't fit a normal period, let's class it like that. But I think talking and explaining my symptoms, I don't think I did well.
Okay.
I think earlier on it was just like I was embarrassed by it, or like I was a little bit like, oh, I'm not, like I said before, I'm not coping like other women cope with their period, or like as just a general woman who has these random, I thought they were like PMS-y style symptoms in between periods. But I think actually realize, like, saying what you're feeling and your experience to the people that at least love you and like, you know, you feel comfortable and supported by, talk to them sooner. I think that's probably the biggest one. And advocate for yourself. Like, go to the doctor and be like, no, I actually don't want to be put on this same medication. Like, the amount, I think that's one thing I did really well towards the end. Was I was just like, this has been my experience. I don't want the pill. I don't want to be dismissed this way. I actually want to go and see a gynecologist, like, properly now. I think that's what I want. She was like, great, I think that's good. If you want that, let's do that. Let's get your scans. Let's get your bloods. And it was just like, I know something's not right. I don't know if you think the same, but I know I shouldn't be feeling the way I'm feeling and taking this many days off and bleeding through and changing my sheets every day or changing my sheets every 2 days. I shouldn't be taking 4 days off work. I shouldn't be missing the sport I love. So advocate sooner. Yeah. And advocate hard.
Yeah. And I feel like it'd be hard advocating, like, 14. So it's like even having the medical knowledge and then like even the vocabulary to describe like your own lived experience is like tough at times because it relies on other people to understand. But that's where I hope the podcast, however many people listen to it, your posts, how many people view it, it just creates this awareness that then is like, oh shit, like your antennas are up a bit more to be attuned to that as being a thing.
Yeah, for sure.
Because also I feel like that's the critique too. It wasn't a thing, it's taboo.
Yeah.
People weren't talking about it. I think there's been so much more awareness recently. It's not all the way where it should be, but it's like people like you saying this message then helps the young Jesses that are in the other universe that aren't actually Jess, but all the young 14-year-olds that are like struggling with this sort of thing. Like hopefully that just gets out more.
Absolutely.
Because I could see where even if you're saying like, oh, I'd tell myself to advocate harder, it's like, I don't know if like even the world and like the medical world was equipped to hear that at the time. Absolutely not.
No, and I don't knock them for that either. I don't think I got bad care. I definitely just don't think they knew better. I don't think they knew any better. And like, again, the taboo, everything like that you said. So no, I think advocating for myself now, advocating for my friends now as well, I think is really big. Like, I think that's what I want to be.
Well, it's like your friend that linked you up with. Like, that's incredible.
Yeah, that was like, just
that's a word of mouth. That's not, because are they even in the like health field?
Yeah, she's
your
a physio.
Friend? Cool.
She's a physio. But she was like, I have a good GP. I know of a good GP.
Yeah.
And it was interesting just having like a outsider's perspective that wasn't as close, like at the time wasn't as close to me as like a lot of my other friends were, or other people were saying it, but it was just taking like someone being like, oh, go to the doctor, like you need to go sort it. Where it was like someone from the outside that I hadn't known for too long was like, that's really bad. Like that's not normal. Like my period is this, yours is not that, and you get symptoms in between. Go and sort it out. And just a little bit more forceful about it. And I was like, I think I needed that.
Yeah, nice. That encouragement and direction.
Yeah, pretty much. And she was just like, that's not normal. Go source it. Like, go fix it. And I can get you in with someone. And I was like, thank you so much.
So I think that ties in perfect then to like wrap all this up would be, so like advocacy is something, it's like you do it a lot. But then for people out there that want to learn more, or maybe you've reflected and go, oh yeah, I'm actually not sure about like my symptoms, or maybe a loved one or something like that. Where could be a first like step to go to like, I don't know, query this, or how would you even get started currently? Like what's a good, whether it's resources or...
I think if it's endo queried, like I think that pelvic health space, like there's endo, PCOS, adeno, like all of them together are pretty same, different.
Yeah.
So Endo Australia, I think, is the best one for now, like the one I like at least. Yeah. And I think what was the pain? What did they call that dial? The questionnaire.
Oh, the endozone, I think it was.
Yes, yeah. That's great. Yeah, like love it. I went and after we did the podcast, like I'd heard of it. I've never done it though.
Yeah.
I did it on the weekend, and I was like, this is actually really cool to like print out, and it gives you a like list of things that you answered. What have you tried? What haven't you tried? It's good to just see that like you're sitting in that's not a normal period versus this is a normal.
That'd be so validating, and that's where I'm sure that didn't exist when
no it didn't.
For 14-year-old Jess, but that's why I suggested that resource.
No, it was
because
great.
Again, it's like I would have no reason personally to fill that out, but I was like, fuck, this is good.
Yeah,
because it's something you can take. And I think too, like, we're always gonna Dr. Google stuff, but this isn't like Dr. Google. This is like, this is from like governing body, Endo Australia. It's promoted Endozone. I put in these things. This is given me like this sort of summary. Yeah. And if you take that to a health professional, again, if you're dismissed after that, it's just like they're not the right fit for you. I really believe. I
do too. After seeing it, like I know we talked about it, and I had a look quickly, like before we filmed the last one when you brought it up, but I hadn't done it. But the printout I got, I was like, this is so good, and enough to at least, like you said, validate. Yeah. And then it's like, if you take that to someone. Yeah. I think like that's at least investigate, at least go the next step. Yeah. And it might not be. Yeah. And that's okay too, but at least it provides you with something you can. Absolutely. And it's a good tracker. Like I think it was actually just good to like redo and track your symptoms and things though too. Previously, it was like I did it again, and I'm like, geez, I'm still probably like sitting in the like averagely managed but not managed zone, but significantly better than what I was. So I did two. I did one from when I thought I was at my worst and one from now, and I got both printouts. I'm like, that's so good just from a tracking perspective. So I'd probably say that's probably the best one for people who are unsure. Yep. I like that, and the Endo Australia website's good for stats and symptoms. And
I really like some of the fact sheets.
I do too.
Just advice around movement, exercise. There was the alphabet of different treatment modalities or something. It's just like nice to go through some different things that may help.
Absolutely, yeah. And their podcast is good as well. Yeah, so cool. I think that's good. I think it's called. Yeah. Oh, I will link it. I don't want to say it's called something. Yeah. Oh. No,
sounds good.
Cool.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, I speak on behalf of all the jammers, myself, and whoever else doesn't consider themselves a jammer but was listening or watching.
They're jammers.
Thank you, Jess, for sharing your journey today.
No worries.
I really appreciate it, and like being open and honest and sharing things that, pretty personal and vulnerable. Like it's pretty courageous. And
I want to reflect on Jess that said she was okay doing it at the start. I was like, I don't mind. I was like, wow, I'm thinking about this all over again. But no, I enjoyed it. I think it's good for advocacy and shared lived experience and building community. So happy to.
Awesome. Thank you. Appreciate you. We appreciate you, jammers.
Heck yeah. The secret word is Sam Shh. So it's like try a mustache man and like a couple of... What can we do for shh? Isn't there a emoji like
this?
There's
that, or there's the zip your mouth emoji.
Okay, choose your emoji.
That's your code word for today.
Yeah.
And then the next episode is either on cardio.
Okay.
Or there was a recent article that came out about movement snacks.
Okay.
That reviewed, like sort of outcomes following like a set group of people, and that came out, I don't know, last week or something. So
okay, done. Let's do that.
I'm a bit indecisive.
That's all right. We'll put it up as a poll and see if they want to do that.
Yeah, cardio or movement snacks.
That was embarrassing.
Whatever. For those listening, I just dropped my script of paper with questions. I did so well.
That's okay. We've been up for a while, so we're good.
Yeah, true.
All right.
All right. Thanks for listening. We'll send the poll out. And Sam, shush.
Sam, shush.
Bye-bye.